For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
It is an honor for me, as your host and fervent Milwaukee Brewers fan, to present to you yet another in-depth and exclusive analysis of the inner workings of our beloved franchise. I'm your partner for Brewers News, and I'm here to dive into the details that truly matter to our team. Before we get to the core of the news that is stirring up the baseball corridors, and trust me, this is big, I want to make a direct and crucial request. Brew Crew, if you value quality information, careful analysis, and the insights that only we offer, please click the subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Your participation is what drives us to bring you first-hand and reliable news. Friends, the season is reaching its climax. We're hoping for a World Series for our Milwaukee Brewers, but, as always, baseball forces us to look to the future. And it is with the seriousness and professionalism you expect that I address the hottest topic of the imminent offseason, the situation of pitcher Brandon Woodruff. Woodruff, our talented right-hander, is about to become a free agent, and the news I bring, based on internal sources and precise analysis, is that he is much more than a name on a list. He is the kind of player who can change the course of a franchise this winter. The recognition doesn't just come from us, but from industry experts. Tim Kelly of Bleacher Report, for example, recently listed Woodruff as one of the best starting pitchers available, highlighting the seismic potential his signing represents. This is not an exaggeration. We are talking about a pitcher who, since the start of the 2023 season, boasts an ERA of 2.73, an elite number that places him among the league's best. Think carefully about that data point. 2.73 ERA. It's the kind of performance that sustains a rotation and paves the way to the playoffs. However, and this is where the analysis deepens and becomes crucial for us, Brewers, there is the elephant in the room: health. Kelly points out the problem that haunts negotiations. Since 2023, Woodruff has only made 23 starts. He missed virtually all of 2024 recovering from right shoulder surgery. When he returned to the mound this season in July, and I saw it, you saw it, he was incredible. It looked like he would have a big boost going into free agency. Unfortunately, a right lat strain took him out of the final stretch, and, painfully, excluded him from the NLDS roster. This health roller coaster is the core of the dilemma and the market opportunity. Kelly summarizes it perfectly. It's going to be difficult to trust his health going forward. This leads us to a fundamental strategic analysis for our team, which is known for operating on a more limited budget. The reality is that the Brewers, due to this injury uncertainty and the inherent risk, will likely not make a qualifying offer to Woodruff. Why? Because he would probably accept it, and that would represent a significant cost and risk for a team that needs to allocate its limited resources with maximum efficiency. Therefore, my objective and informed reading is this: Brandon Woodruff will be an intriguing free agent, with the ability to be an ace when healthy, but who, due to his recent injuries, will likely be looking for a short-term contract with incentives, perhaps a one-year deal. It is in this scenario that the chess game of free agency truly begins. While top free agents are generally restricted to big-budget teams, Woodruff's health issues make him accessible to any franchise willing to invest in a short-term, high-risk, and potentially enormous reward contract. Market giants like the New York Mets, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, and Los Angeles Dodgers are expected to enter the fray. Woodruff's free agency will have as many active suitors as any other top player in baseball. This demonstrates the caliber of pitcher he is, even with the cloud of uncertainty hanging over his head. Here is the exclusive insight I wanted to share. Despite the high-risk scenario, the Brewers simply need to do everything in their power to bring him back on a small contract. This is not just a fan's statement. It is a careful analysis of talent management. Woodruff knows the organization, loves Milwaukee, and the bond with the Brew Crew is strong. Familiarity with the medical staff and the work environment could be a decisive factor for him. If management can stitch together a 2-year contract with incentives, it would be a dream come true for the franchise. A 2-year contract would amortize the risk of the first year and give the Brewers an all-star caliber pitcher at a bargain price in the second year, if he stays healthy. The logic is clear. The potential reward of getting a sub-3.00 ERA pitcher back outweighs the financial risk of a shorter, performance-structured contract. The recent trend of major injured pitchers accepting prove-it contracts favors our team in terms of opportunity. It's a strategic move that shows the intelligence of our front office in seeking undervalued talent due to external circumstances. The impact of such a decision on the fans, the Brew Crew, is immeasurable. Keeping a pitcher of Woodruff's caliber and passion signals a win-now mentality and solidifies confidence in our rotation. In short, the Brandon Woodruff saga is a case study in free agency risk and reward. He could be the missing piece for a great team or a short-term gamble for a competitor. For us, the Milwaukee Brewers, he represents an emotional connection and elite talent that we cannot ignore. Keeping him even on a creative, incentive-laden contract is a strategic imperative. Dear friends of the Brew Crew, it is essential that we understand the depth of the issue involving Brandon Woodruff. It's not just about numbers and statistics. Although the numbers, like the 2.73 ERA since 2023, speak volumes, it is also about the heart and identity of our team. Woodruff is not a mercenary. He is a player forged in the Milwaukee Brewers culture. His return after shoulder surgery was a testament to his resilience and dedication, a true model of professionalism that our fans deeply admire. The analysis from Bleacher Report and other reliable sources only reiterates what we already know. When healthy, Woody is an ace. His pitching against the Pirates and Angels in the final moments of the season, even with the cloud of injuries hanging over him, showed that the high-level pitching talent remains intact. He wasn't just throwing, he was dominating, displaying a mix of powerful fastball and deceptive changeup that disarms the best hitters in the league. Right now, Brewers management must be calculating every variable. The decision not to make a qualifying offer, if confirmed, is a smart financial maneuver, as it avoids the commitment of a one-year, approximately $20 million to $25 million contract for a player with a medical question mark. It's a cold, calculated move, but a necessary one in a small market. But that doesn't mean the path to his return is closed. In fact, it opens a different, more creative negotiating window. Let's detail the thesis of the short-term contract with incentives. A likely scenario would be a 2-year contract with a low base salary, $5 million to $8 million a year, but with aggressive performance incentives tied to innings pitched and number of starts. For example, he could earn significant bonuses, totaling $15 million or more, if he reaches marks like 150 or 180 innings pitched. For Woodruff, this contract represents an opportunity to rebuild his market value, instead of signing a 1-year deal with a top team and running the risk of being overshadowed or pressured. He can return to the familiar environment of the Brewers, where he is loved and valued, and seek elite performance. If he stays healthy, he guarantees a decent salary in the first year and positions himself for a huge contract in the next free agency. If the Brewers can get him for 2 years, as I mentioned, the franchise secures ace potential for a manageable price and splits the injury risk. It's a true win-win from a strategic perspective. Big market teams like the Yankees and Dodgers will be willing to pay more in base salary, but may not offer the same sense of home. This is where the team culture factor and the passion of the Brew Crew come into play as negotiating elements. The connection with the coach and teammates could be the specific detail that tips the scales. If the Brewers lose Woodruff to one of the big spenders, the impact on our rotation will be profound. We will be losing one of the pillars of our stability and recent success. This would force the front office to seek replacements on the trade market or in free agency, where the cost-benefit of a pitcher of similar caliber will be significantly higher. The news circulating, such as the one linking the Brewers and Cardinals in trade rumors, shows that our team is already actively exploring alternatives. But let's be clear, there is no direct substitute for the ace that Woodruff can be. The general trend in baseball is to value pitching depth, especially after rule changes that increase the workload on starting pitchers. The health of a pitcher like Woodruff, although risky, represents a potential game-changer that is worth the calculated risk. Brandon Woodruff is an ace-caliber free agent with a recent injury history, making him a highly coveted short-term target. His situation is a golden opportunity for the Brewers, who must attempt a 2-year contract, full of performance incentives, to retain an elite pitcher with strong ties to the team. Ignoring this chance would be a strategic error, given the potential return a healthy Woodruff represents for the team's World Series aspirations. And now, the question I ask directly to you, Brew Crew: what is your opinion on Woodruff's health risk versus the potential reward of having him back on a 2-year incentive contract? Do you think management should do everything they can to keep him? Or is it time to move on and invest in other areas? Let your voice be heard. Your opinion is fundamental. Leave your comment below with your analysis and prediction. And remember, for real-time updates and the most in-depth and exclusive analyses of the Milwaukee Brewers, don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. I am your news partner, and we are in this journey together.